Hello friends, how are you all? In today's video, I'm going to show you something new by doing it practically. Here in front of you are the saplings, and this is the place where I'm going to grow them. There are about 15 saplings here. Before starting the video, I request you to please subscribe to the channel for more helpful videos like this. If you like watching videos about peaches, then let me show you this plant here. This is a jackfruit plant, and this one is also a jackfruit plant. I planted jackfruit seeds in these, and the ones that succeeded have been shifted to separate containers. Look here, this is my jackfruit seed nursery. There are around 60 jackfruit plants here. The ones that are left are placed here, and I'm still going to do some more growing work with them. Because this is the season for growing cuttings. February is the ideal time for rooting cuttings, and in this season, I'm going to grow cuttings. I won't be growing peach cuttings because peach cuttings cannot be rooted directly. Instead, I'll be growing something that is used specifically for peaches. Let me tell you what kind of cuttings I'm going to grow. These are plum cuttings. Raw plums can be easily grown from cuttings, and peaches are grafted on them. Normally, when a seedling is grown in the usual way, it becomes suitable for peach grafting after about 1 year. But if we prepare these cuttings, they become graft-ready within 3 to 4 months. I have brought these plum cuttings and soaked them in water. As you can see, buds have already formed on them and are close to sprouting. So in today's video, this is exactly what I'm going to do. Once again, I request you to subscribe to the channel to watch more such videos. If you are a peach lover, this will be useful for you. These are the branches I have brought. I kept them in water for about 20 minutes so they can absorb some moisture, because they need to be watered fully only once. After that, no watering is required until they sprout. Water is given again only after sprouting and transplanting. Now we have taken cuttings from these branches. Each cutting will be about 4 to 5 inches long. We will keep 2 to 3 buds on each cutting. First, I cut from here. While preparing cuttings, keep this in mind. The lower part, root side, should be cut at a 45-degree angle. This is the first important point. The upper cut should be straight. Two nodes should remain above the soil, and the rest of the cutting should be inside the soil. Only 2 nodes should stay outside so sprouting can occur. I have prepared the first cutting. All cuttings should be prepared properly. While making cuttings, make sure your cutter is sharp, and all cuttings should be the same size. This is the best practice.
When making plum cuttings, success depends on timing, plant health, and proper handling. Keeping a few important points in mind can greatly increase the chances that your cuttings will root well and grow into strong plants. First, always choose a healthy mother plant. The plant should be free from diseases, pests, and nutrient deficiencies. Weak or infected branches rarely produce good roots. Select branches that grew in the current season but have started to mature. Very soft green shoots dry out quickly, while very old woody branches are slow to root. Timing is also critical. The best time for plum cuttings is late winter to early spring, when the plant is dormant or just about to break dormancy. At this stage, the stored energy in the branch helps root formation. Avoid making cuttings during extreme heat or frost, as both conditions reduce survival rates. Cuttings should be 5 to 6 inches long and taken using sharp, clean pruning shears. Make the lower cut just below a node because nodes contain cells that develop roots more easily. Remove all flowers and most leaves, keeping only 1 or 2 small leaves at the top. This reduces water loss and allows the cutting to focus its energy on root development. Using a rooting hormone is highly recommended. Dip the lower end of the cutting into a suitable rooting hormone powder or gel. This encourages faster and stronger root growth, especially in stone fruits like plums, which can be slightly difficult to root. The growing medium must be well draining yet able to retain moisture. A mix of sand and cocoa peat or sand and perlite works very well. Avoid heavy garden soil as it holds too much water and can cause rotting. Insert the cuttings so that at least 2 nodes are below the surface. Moisture and humidity are extremely important. Keep the medium consistently moist, not waterlogged. Covering the cuttings with a plastic sheet or placing them in a humidity dome helps prevent dehydration. However, allow some airflow to avoid fungal problems. Finally, place the cuttings in bright but indirect light. Direct sunlight can stress the cuttings before roots develop. Be patient. Plum cuttings can take several weeks to root. Regularly check for signs of rot or disease and remove any failing cuttings promptly. With care and attention, healthy plum cuttings can successfully grow into productive fruit trees. So I have prepared approximately 16 cuttings. Now the next step is to apply rooting hormone to them. For rooting hormone, I use aloe vera. I always use aloe vera for rooting because aloe vera gel is very effective and works extremely well for root development. It provides strong and healthy rooting results. We will apply the aloe vera rooting hormone to each cutting one by one. This step is very important for faster rooting. Using aloe vera as a rooting hormone is a natural and effective method, but for best results, certain important points must be kept in mind while planting cuttings. First, always use fresh aloe vera gel. Cut a healthy, mature aloe leaf and extract the clear inner gel. Avoid using old, oxidized, or mixed gel as it loses effectiveness. Fresh aloe gel contains natural enzymes, amino acids, and plant hormones that promote root formation and protect cuttings from fungal infections. Before applying aloe vera, prepare the cutting properly. Select a healthy, disease-free branch from the mother plant. The cutting should be neither too soft nor too woody. Make a clean cut just below a node using sterilized pruning shears. Dip the lower end of the cutting directly into aloe vera gel, making sure the gel coats the cut area and the nodes. Some growers dilute aloe gel slightly with clean water, but using pure gel usually gives better results. After dipping, allow the cutting to rest for a few minutes so the gel can stick properly. The planting medium plays a major role. Use a light, well-draining medium such as sand mixed with cocoa peat or perlite. Avoid heavy soil, as aloe-treated cuttings are sensitive to excess moisture and may rot if drainage is poor. Insert the cutting gently into the medium without scraping off the gel. Maintain proper moisture and humidity. Keep the medium slightly moist, not wet. Overwatering is a common mistake that leads to rotting. Placing the cuttings in a warm, humid environment helps root initiation, but airflow is necessary to prevent fungal growth. Lastly, place the cuttings in bright, indirect light. Direct sunlight can stress the cutting before roots develop. With patience and proper care, aloe vera can work as an excellent natural rooting hormone and help cuttings develop healthy, strong roots. When planting cuttings one by one in growing bags, careful handling and proper preparation are very important. Small mistakes at this stage can reduce survival rate, so attention to detail makes a big difference. First, select the right size growing bag. For most fruit or ornamental cuttings, a medium-sized bag with good depth works best. The bag must have proper drainage holes at the bottom. Without drainage, excess water collects and causes root rot, which is one of the most common reasons cuttings fail. The growing medium should be light, well-draining, and sterile. Avoid using heavy clay soil. Before planting, slightly moisten the medium so it is damp but not muddy. Dry soil pulls moisture from the cutting, while very wet soil suffocates it.
Now I am planting the cuttings into the saplings. I have filled soil into these polythene bags, and I am keeping only 2 nodes above the soil. The rest of the cutting, more than half of it, has been inserted deep into the soil. Only the top 2 nodes are left outside. As you can see, I am leaving only 2 nodes on each cutting. While planting the cuttings, make sure they are placed straight so that when sprouting starts, the new growth grows upright. While planting, always handle cuttings gently. Hold the cutting from the upper part and avoid touching the cut end too much. Make a small hole in the growing medium using a stick or finger, then place the cutting inside. This prevents scraping off any rooting hormone or aloe gel applied earlier. Insert the cutting deep enough so at least 2 nodes are below the soil surface. After placing the cutting, press the soil lightly around it to remove air gaps. Do not press too hard, as compacted soil restricts oxygen flow and slows root development. The cutting should stand upright and feel stable, but not tightly packed. Watering requires special care. After planting, give a light watering to settle the soil. Avoid heavy watering at this stage. From then on, keep the soil slightly moist, not wet. Overwatering is more harmful than slight dryness when dealing with fresh cuttings. Placement of the growing bags is also important. Keep them in a shaded or semi-shaded area with bright, indirect light. Direct sunlight can cause rapid moisture loss and stress the cuttings before roots form. Protection from strong wind is also necessary, as wind increases transpiration and drying. Lastly, maintain cleanliness and monitoring. Use clean tools and avoid reusing old, diseased soil. Check the cuttings regularly for signs of rotting, fungal growth, or wilting. Remove any failed cuttings immediately to prevent disease spread. With proper care, patience, and consistency, individually planted cuttings in growing bags can establish strong roots and grow into healthy plants. Plum cuttings usually take 6 to 12 months to become fully ready for grafting, depending on climate, variety, care, and growing conditions. Grafting should only be done when the cutting has developed a strong, healthy root system and a stem thickness close to a pencil. Understanding this timeline and providing proper care during this period is essential for high graft success. How long plum cuttings take to reach grafting stage? In the first 4 to 6 weeks, the cutting focuses mainly on root initiation. During this stage, fine white roots begin to form below the soil surface. Above ground, growth may look slow or even stagnant, which is normal. New leaves or buds during this phase indicate the cutting is alive but not yet strong. From 2 to 4 months, roots become more established. The cutting starts producing new shoots and leaves more actively. Now they need to be covered with a polythene bag cover so that moisture is maintained inside. With proper humidity, the cuttings will sprout faster. I have planted these 4 branches, and I will place a polythene cover over them so that everything is fully covered and the cuttings can sprout due to the moisture inside. I have done this carefully and properly. Growing cuttings is very easy. They usually grow successfully within 3 to 4 months. This should be done in February, before sprouting starts, so I have given them a cover to maintain the required conditions. By 9 to 12 months, the cutting is usually ideal for grafting. The stem is firm, roots fill the growing bag, and the plant shows consistent, healthy growth. This stage provides the highest graft success rate. Care required during this period. Proper care during these months determines whether the cutting becomes graft ready or weak. Water management is the most critical factor. The soil should remain consistently moist but never waterlogged. Overwatering leads to root rot, while underwatering slows root growth. In hot weather, light but frequent watering is better than heavy watering. Light management is also important. Newly planted cuttings need bright, indirect light. Direct sunlight in the early months can stress the plant and dry it out. After 2 to 3 months, gradually expose the plant to morning sunlight to harden it. Full, harsh sun should be avoided until the plant is strong. A plum cutting is ready for grafting when the stem thickness is close to a pencil, leaves are healthy, green, and consistent,